Welcome to the 230 Factor. The market is looking solid, up from the day's lows and the psychological levels of 15,000 on the Sensex and 4,600 mark on the Nifty, finding tremendous support. Ashu, the market seems to be just in no mood to shrug off the gains. Our first guest on 230 Factor is with us. Mohit Mirchandani is the head of equity at Taurus Mutual Fund. Mohit, afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on NDTV Profit. Would you agree with this consensus that it's become such a buy on dips market that you don't even see the correction really genuinely happening, because every time this market is off 1% or 2%, a rush of new buyers get in?
Precisely. I would fully agree with one of your guests in the morning. I haven't quite seen a market like this. We're now seeing 13 straight weeks in just a couple of months. And we are not even seeing a decent correction. I think everyone's waiting for that dip. For a 5, 7, 10% dip. Even that doesn't happen. It's just a couple of percent intraday and we're off again. So it just looks like there's so much money on the sidelines willing to buy every dip at this point in time. And that, I think, is just because India is one of the most attractive markets, at least from a structural growth story standpoint. So it looks like there's foreign money waiting, buying every dip. Domestic money, there's enough of left out people that seem to want in on every dip. Just we've got to ride this momentum while we have it. Having said that, I do believe we are extremely overbought. This does remind me of September to December of 2007. And we all know this is going to end at some point. But we just ride it knowing fully well that it will end, and you just pray that you're not the one holding the bag eventually. Having said, I'm very optimistic on the India story, of course. We actually came away from this global slowdown relatively well, and that's very encouraging.
Right.
In the short term, I do believe there will be a correction, and so I think even that correction might not be more than 10 or 15%. So overall, risk reward is good if you're looking from a slightly longer term standpoint.
Okay, just two questions, Mohit, if you can just give me a little more color. When you're saying that this market reminds you of end 2007 and you're saying that this might end and we'll be left holding the bag, do you mean that the market's sharply correct for a more medium-term perspective? It's not the genuine emergence of a new bull market, a cyclical bull market, but nonetheless a genuine emergence. On a near-term basis, I understand 10 to 15% is warranted, but on a more medium-term basis as well, are you questioning the very nature of this supposedly bull market rally?
Oh, no. I'm fully in the camp that we've started off on a new bull market. But it's just when you run up this fast, the correction could be a little severe and quick, and that might actually shake a lot of people out. At that point, you'll actually begin to question, because just by the nature of those kind of corrections, people will begin to question this bull market. But I am fully in the camp that we have begun a new bull market, and we just need a decent correction will be healthy. I said this last time on a show as well. Making money is now becoming quite easy on the markets. You have a lot of participation, which I would say is we need a little bit of a shakeout. So I think from a valuation standpoint, we have corrected from the depressed values of 9 times bear market valuations. When we were at 8,000 odd on the index. We've corrected, to I would say about 15 times. FY10 earnings looks like a decent place from a valuation standpoint, because we expect 15% growth and 15 PE, so you get a peg of 1, that's fine. That brings us in about 13,500, 14,000 on the index. So in my opinion, that I think is fair value at this stage of the bull market. We are still early stage. And in the early stage, you don't get more than 15 times. It's only in the latter stages of a bull market that you begin to get 20 and 22 times earnings. And that's when you top out typically. But at this stage, I think 15 times is fair. That puts you at about 13,500 to 14,000 on the index. So we get that 1,000, 1,500 point correction on the index. And we believe it's a good level to buy.
Mohit, can you help us understand a couple of pockets of value that are still remaining in this market? We all have seen a big up move coming in some of the stocks in the auto space, cap goods, infra, you name it. Most of the stocks have seen a huge bit of jump on a month-on-month basis. But you think there's still some pockets of value which are left that could, of course, lead to the next leg of the rally?
Yes. There is, in the early stages, we could buy anything and make money. Now it's getting increasingly difficult to find favorable risk-reward plays. But we still believe that the structural India story, which is your infrastructure, which is education, which is your gas finds and the associated companies that benefit from that, all that is for real. The domestic consumption theme and the upgrade in lifestyle which will happen as prosperity improves. We think those are real themes. Those will go on for a while. It'll take 15-20 years for these, so we have a good 20 years ahead of us. What I like to call it is the industrial evolution of India. It's what US went through in the 60s and 70s. We are going through it today, and we're only 5 or 7 years into it. So I think we've got another 15-20 years to go. And therefore, when we look at the bigger picture, we just think you can buy any of these India themes and you'll make money. It's only in the short term when you try to time these 10-15% corrections is where you could try and make a little extra alpha here and there. Having said that, we still see value in some of the mid-cap counters within the infrastructure space, and that includes all. It includes the contractors, it includes the power equipment suppliers. We see value in some of the infrastructure spaces.
Would you look at housing sector as an investment theme right now, with the government also planning to give a major push as far as the housing sector is concerned, probably also from a rural housing point of view? You think the housing sector does offer some bit of a value at this point of time, or again there's a bit too much of pressure on that space as yet?
No, I forgot to mention that. I think housing is also a structural theme in India. The penetration of home ownership in India is less than 1%. Even in China, that number is about 13%. In the US, that number is close to 50%. So we think home ownership is another big theme for India, which will play out in the next couple of decades. Within that space, we think low-cost housing is where there's a lot of money to be made from an investor's standpoint. So we would buy real estate stocks which have a focus on the low-cost housing space. We think that's a good play. The one thing that makes me nervous today is, and this is a short-term phenomenon, is the deluge of capital requirement all these realty companies are coming out with. You have QIPs, you have private equity boys. That's because they can find no other investment option across the globe, and so they're willing to fund a structural India story. So that might put a little short-term pressure on whether it is returns for these realty players. It also sucks out a lot of liquidity that would have otherwise gone into the secondary market or into other investment avenues. So we think it's guzzling a lot of capital now, and that might put some short-term pressure not just on the realty stocks, but even on the markets at large. But longer term, we think realty is a structural story worth playing. You've just got to get a little stock specific now, because you play geographies and you play the price points that these housing players are after.
Good insights there. Thanks very much, Mohit Mirchandani, for making the time.